Good morning, people, or evening, or night, whatever it is, wherever you're at in your little corner of the world. Anyway, here it's 6 a.m. and I'm about to load up the machine and head over to the lake and see if we can't catch some fish out there. So, God bless, and I'll see y'all out there. All right, people, we're here. Isn't that beautiful? Just beautiful. I see some surface activity. See if we can get some action this morning. This is the spot I call the reverse urination spot. I'm seeing a lot of surface activity. We might have some bait fish in here. Let's chunk this rattle trap and see what happens. Let's go ahead and make our way to the other side. That's the actual spot I call the reverse urination spot. I just rousted about 50 to 60 buzzards that were hunkered down here on this bank. Beautiful morning. We've got a lot of surface activity going on. That's a good thing. I don't think it's bass that I see, but I do think we might be able to catch one or two here. We had a chilly night and we have a start to a chilly morning today. We had a low in the high 60s. Feels very nice out here. We're supposed to get a high today of about 91. I call this the reverse urination spot because when I'm on that side of the cove over there, it's hard to urinate because there's so much people that keep going by. When I come to this side of the cove, all I have to do is turn and face this direction, and then I'm able to urinate freely. And that's why I call this the reverse urination spot. We have almost zero wind today, which is not good. We are still in a drought of epic proportions. We had about an inch of rain the other day. And people say, well, that's better than nothing. An inch of rain is better than nothing. Is it better than nothing? Yeah, it's probably, if you want to look at it like that. Does it help? No. An inch of rain does not help anything. It might help the insects get a little drink. So yeah, it does help some. But we need a lot more than an inch. We were supposed to get a lot more than an inch. And of course it didn't happen again. We were supposed to have 3 days of rain, and it was supposed to last for hours. Each day, hours and hours. What we got was a drizzle, a mist, and then some fairly good rain that lasted about 30 minutes. It's not enough. The lake is 46% full now. We're over 50% low. We had a break from the heat, but that's coming right back starting tomorrow. And the fishing has not been the best. It's been hard to catch anything and hard to get anything with any real size to it. Got one. That might be a spotted bass because it didn't jump at all. We got a white bass, people. I got a little white bass. All right, that's a bit of a surprise. We got a little white bass to start things off. A little white bass. We'll let him go right here. I thought it was a spotted bass because it wasn't jumping at all. It was just staying down low. And I've been catching some tiny spotted bass here. But it turns out it was a white bass. That means there's some bait fish in here. That is what that means. Maybe we can do something today. But yeah, as the lake level continues to drop, it is starting to affect the fishing. I'm not able to fish certain areas anymore because it's just too shallow. There is hope on the horizon. The weather people are saying we should have a wetter winter. We'll see about that. I'm getting so used to them being wrong that I just have to see. All right, we're gonna leave this spot, work our way back down around this cove, and we're gonna fish the opposite side over there. All right, we're on the opposing bank now, and look at the beautiful Texas sun coming over the horizon. Let's see if we can't get something here. I had a comment on my last video. I had a clip on there where I said I'm gonna move to another spot. And then I decided to make a couple more casts, and then I moved. Well, I had a comment on there where we'll just call it Mr. Critical. Mr. Critical commented that, because I had caught a fish, first he was kind enough to say nice fish, but then he followed it up with, I guess I'm the only one that thought you were actually going to move. And I thought about that. And I thought, wow, you know, I can't say I'm going to move and then make 4 or 5 more casts and then move. If I say I'm going to move, I got to move right then and there. Of course I'm not going to do that. But I will try to not let that happen again. And then I will offer some more advice back to, I call Mr. Critical. I'll offer some advice back to you. Stop being so critical. Understand, how many times have you been fishing and said, I'm going to move, and then you ended up making 4 or 5 more casts? And then if you caught one, you might have stayed a bit longer. There's just, you know, stop being so critical. Breathe. Relax. I'm not a professional editor or a professional video maker. But I will take your advice and try, and I would appreciate if you take my advice. Don't be so critical. Lighten up. Let the hair down. We're going to try here a little bit, and then if nothing happens, we're going to head to another spot that I call the flats. I want to see if there's anything there. I got a feeling we're not going to do that well today here. Maybe at the flats we can do a little bit better. Now, does that mean I'm going to head to the flats right this moment? No. No, it doesn't mean that. Does it mean that I'm going to go there? I might change my mind, but I will try to make things a little more clear. So we're going to make some more casts here, and then depending on what happens and how I feel, then at some point we're going to go that way to the flats. A bass boat went down there just a little while ago, so we may not be able to fish there. So yes, I am taking your advice, person, and I'm trying to watch what I say and make sure that I do exactly what I say. And hopefully you will continue to enjoy my videos. And yeah, I definitely will take advice, but we're not leaving just yet. I'm going to make a few more casts. Yeah, I think we're all right. Let me think this through. I think we'll try it. All right. I am now going to put my rattle trap here. I will now put a hook bonnet on this rattle trap. Here. And now we will go there. Right now. I will not make another cast. I will not lollygag. We're going to go there right this moment. All right. I tried to get to the flats, but I couldn't because the gate is still closed. So I came back here. So I'm taking your advice. When I say I'm going to do something, I'm clarifying exactly. I said I was going to leave this spot I was at and go to the flats, but I can't get there because the gate was closed. So I returned here to the reverse urination spot, and we're going to continue fishing here, and then about 30 minutes we'll try and make it to the flats again. But that's what we're doing. All right. So true to form, we are back at the reverse urination spot, and I believe I was very clear on what happened and why I had to come back here. And it is a good thing to keep things clear so that people can understand what's going on. Got one. Another small one. And it's another spotted bass. He's quite green, quite little and quite green. That's a strange looking fish there, but I believe that's a spot. Let me feel his tongue. Yeah, that's a spotted bass. He got some strange coloration on him though, but beautiful in his own right, and I'll take it. Small as he is, still fun to catch. All right, let's let this beautiful guy go. Right there. All right, we're gonna leave right now the reverse urination spot, and we're gonna try and go back to, we're gonna try and get back through that gate again to get to the flats. I think that's our best bet today, this morning, is the flats. Let's see if we can get there. All right, if I get there, I'll see y'all there. If not, I will notify you. All right, people, we made it to the flats. I'm feeling very optimistic about this spot. Even though the last two trips out here proved to be a little, I didn't do that good. I did catch fish, but I'm very optimistic about the spot. But with every passing day, this spot too is going to turn into an area I can no longer fish because the water level is just getting too low. This where I'm walking, right about here is usually underwater. That bit of structure you see, it's like some limbs and some metal bars sticking up. That is a brush pile that was put in, I believe, by the Corps of Engineers. And that brush pile, of course, is now sticking out of the top of the water. It used to be probably a solid 10, 13, 14, 15 feet under the water. All right, but I'm very optimistic about this spot. Again, what it is, it's just a long flat. It does have some break lines that are slow sloping break lines, and there's nothing else on it. There is a little bit of vegetation, but let's see if we can't hang one or two here. I'm optimistic. Oh, somebody did some beautiful artwork here. It's a house with a chimney, I guess. All right, let me show y'all what I'm throwing real quick. I'm throwing a 1/2 ounce silver and black rattle trap. I've got that tied to a 12-pound monofilament leader, and that goes to a number 12 swivel, and that goes to my main line, which is 10-pound braid Power Pro high vis. And what we're using is a 7-foot 2-inch Johnny Morris Carbon Light 2.0 rod, which is very light. It's a medium light action rod with a very fast tip, and we have that coupled with a Shimano Vanford 2500 spinning reel. It's a beautiful combination. And we're just chunking this rattle trap out and fishing these flats. There is a vegetation out here that's just below the surface in a lot of areas. We're fishing this flat, trying to keep the rattle trap just off the hydrilla, which doesn't leave much room with the sinking water levels. Got one. He's staying down. That's indicative of a spotted bass. But it's a largie. He's just barely hooked too. But you weren't going nowhere because I got you right in that tough meat in the corner of your mouth. All right, not a bad one compared to what we've been getting. Not bad. Let's get a good look at him. About 1.5 pounds. That's about 1.5 pounds. Beautiful fish. He hit about 10 feet from the bank. There's no telling how long he followed my lure in. Let's get one more look at him because that might be the last one we catch this morning. Beautiful. All right, let's let him go. And there he goes. All right, people. We've finished our fishing excursion. I had a very enthralling time. I really enjoyed the morning. It was beautiful. I got to catch a white bass, a spotted bass, and a largemouth bass. So we had a bit of a multi-species fishing excursion this morning. Nothing really to write home about, but I still had a very enthralling time. Yeah, they were beautiful fish. Not the largest, but beautiful in their own right. So, thank you for joining me. I wish you all a beautiful day or night or whatever it is where you're at. I just wish you all a beautiful time, a wonderful time. God bless. Oh, don't forget to press the thumbs up button if you like that video, and the subscribe button, and that notification bell, please, so you know when I post another one, and join me on another one. Now have a wonderful time. God bless, and bye-bye.